was wonderful, wonderful work, very challenging work. So I ended up not staying in that profession, but was really glad of the work that I did. It was very powerful work. I'm really proud of the work that I did, but it wasn't making me happy.
So then how did you choose to be a coach, to be a life coach?
Yeah. Well, I left the therapy world, and I actually took a completely different turn and went and worked for Crate & Barrel for several years.
Okay.
Very different profession, but it was kind of a chance for me to get away, and during that time I spent a lot of time really considering what it was that I wanted to do, what had me feel good, using some of the same skills that I had learned. So I spent time creating a vision of how I wanted to do work that was different. And I really, I was sitting actually on the beach and writing about, kind of how I wanted to work with people in a more proactive way on their lives and improving their lives. And eventually, with the help and support of a lot of different people, I got the courage up to start marketing the idea. And a gentleman that I was speaking to in the city at a holistic health center said to me, "It sounds a lot like life coaching. Have you heard of it?" And I said, "No, I haven't." And he said, "You should look into it." It was right about the time that Oprah Winfrey had her first coach on her show. Cheryl Richardson is a very well-known coach. And she ended up speaking. I had gone out for a jog, and I came back and turned the television on, and I watched her describing this new program that they were doing and talking about what she did in coaching. And tears formed in my eyes because I said, "Oh my God, it was literally the exact vision that I had created she was describing." And so my first reaction, it's funny, I tell people my first reaction was that I was angry a little bit because I really believed that this was a brand new idea that I had created. This had kind of come from my soul. And so I was like, she stole my idea. How could you have stolen my idea? But eventually, when my ego got out of the way, I realized that, there were people doing this work. There was training for it. There were people in business, who actually were, doing this. And so I ended up going back to school. I went to a wonderful program, the Coaches Training Institute in California. They're based out of California, and took my classes here and did my training and got certified and then started my practice. And I've been just blissfully happy with my work ever since.
So tell me more about then what coaching is.
So coaching in a nutshell is basically having people look at how their lives are now, figure out and determine how they want their lives to be, really want their lives to be, and then actually taking the steps to get there, which includes kind of dealing with, managing, and working with all the obstacles that show up in the process, both inner and outer.
So how does it work? What is your coaching program like?
Basically what I do is I will meet with someone for an initial discovery session, which is like a 2-hour session, really becomes kind of the foundation for our work. And Heartwood is one of the places that I do those sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the reasons I chose that here.
You said that you meet with a person initially for 2 hours? Is that what you said?
2 hours initially. Mm-hmm. And during that time we're talking, I'm getting to know the client, I'm getting to know about what it is that they care about, what it is they love, kind of how they function. And then we are talking about logistics, we're talking about designing our relationship. So we really work with people to help them to figure out how we can best work together and how I can be the best coach for them. And then we also are clarifying their goals, really looking at what it is that they want out of the coaching relationship so that we can be as effective as possible in our work.
So it doesn't sound like you're really getting into the emotional aspects like with psychotherapy, counseling. You're really getting into your childhood and how that type of life created who you are now and try to deconstruct that and learn from that. How is the coaching different from therapy?
Well, I get asked this question a lot, and I happen to be a client of both therapy and coaching, as well as I've been a therapist and been a coach. The emotional aspect is absolutely there in coaching. So there's no question that the emotional piece is significant in working with people toward moving forward in their lives.
So I have a question, and
Sure.
that is, it sounds to me that not everybody who's a coach has also been a therapist.
That's true.
You have the background of both.
That's true.
So you're able to incorporate those two together.
Yeah.
But typically, I mean, and I don't know, I don't
Yeah.
think that as a coach, you're really learning tools to move you from one to the other, but not necessarily getting into habits from past childhood,
Right.
etc.
Right.
So,
Yeah, that's going to be the different piece. So the emotional piece is there, but yeah, one of the main differences between coaching and therapy is that therapy will look back at, you know, your history, obviously. What are the things that kind of got you stuck and are keeping you stuck in your life, and really helping you to be able to tolerate the emotions that are connected with your history. Coaching, we're really looking at where are you now, where do you want to be in your life. The same stuck issues will still arise, but in
Sure.
coaching, instead of kind of asking why and going back and connecting it to childhood, what we'll do is we will look at, okay, how do we get to work with it, move around it, move through it? And for some people, they really do need to go back and do some work from their own history or some healing work in order to be able to move forward. Other people don't. So I actually regularly work with people in my coaching practice that either have therapists or that I might refer to a therapist, so that they can get the best of both worlds.
Sure. That's great. Now, you said that you are a student of both coaching and therapy. Tell me
Yeah.
how coaching has impacted your life.
Coaching, I always tell people from the first day that I took my first coaching class, it's like I changed as a person. Coaching is so much about being open to life, being open to possibility. What is really possible? It's just a different level than what I was used to. So it's helped me to be able to create my life, particularly create my business in the way that feels really inspiring and exciting and good for me. It's helped me to have so much more fun in my life, like giving me real permission, like I get to have a lot of fun. So I work hard and I play hard. It's helped improve my relationships, and I'd say more than anything, it's just really helped me to trust myself, because since coaching is so focused on being kind of interactive and going out and doing things, it's helped me to learn how to take risk and learn that I can survive as a result, and be able to kind of ask of myself to do more and bigger things. So I always tell my clients that I walk my talk. Any challenge that I'm asking them to do, maybe not exactly, I have lived and done myself. So that's been really, really important for me. It's completely changed the way I think and changed my life.
So you actually asked a couple of your clients to talk about their experiences. So I would like to take the time out right now and talk with them and find out why they chose to use Life Coach and how it has impacted